Anyone who does match betting will know that from time to time your account's going to get gubbed, and there's not really a lot you can do about it. You will always end up getting gubbed in the long term if you do match betting frequently, but there are a few little steps we can do to make sure that our accounts last a little bit longer than you might expect. So that's what I'm going to be doing today in this video, taking you through around about 6-7 tips on how you can keep your betting accounts for longer and really extract some profit from that match betting opportunities. If this is a video you think you'll like, hit the subscribe button and the like button down below, and we'll get into it. The first step that is quite simple and easy to follow is that whenever you're doing a match betting opportunity, whether it be a free bet or a sign up offer or anything along them lines, only use the major leagues. Don't start betting on the Azerbaijan 3rd division. It's going to instantly raise red flags for your account, and try and stick to the same sport you always bet on. If you're someone who always likes to use football bets and football offers, use the football offers. Don't just randomly jump in with some American football or some horse racing if there's offers available. Don't just focus on the offers. Focus on one sport, and then when offers become available, use them. So focus on the big major European leagues, the MLS, or if you're into horse racing, focus mainly on the big races that are going on. Don't go on anything too niche. That'll really get people's attention, because that's just going to get you gubbed really quickly. Next up, you need to make sure you're using whole stakes. Now, a good example for this is if we come over to this Dutch matcher or Arbin or whatever you'd rather call it. If we look at, say, for example, this option here for New York Red Bulls versus Chicago Fire over 3.5 goals, if you were to do this, you can see it's recommending £28.57 and £71.43. That is going to raise flags instantly on both the accounts. No one does stakes like that, unless it's maybe the last amount of money in your account and you just want to do a full bet. But what I'd always recommend is just enable the stake rounding. That £28 there, maybe boost it to 30 and do 30 and 70. It's going to make your profits a little bit different and maybe not as optimal as you'd want, but it's going to help you out in keeping your account for longer. Having just an actual amount of stake of like a 75 instead of a £72.80 or something will really help keep you under the radar. It's not going to stop you permanently getting gubbed, but it's definitely going to extend your lifespan on your account. Next up, a nice little quick one is, for example, if you're doing a Sky odds boost. So for example, we've got this one, Diaz one shot on target in each half. If you're coming over here, the maximum for Sky is normally £10. So if we go to put in 20, you can see maximum stakes £10. Don't always max things out. So for example, if this opportunity is here and you've got an opportunity to go and lay it on an exchange and make some profit, maybe just drop it down to £5 or £7. Don't always use the maximum. If you're looking to always fully exploit every opportunity that's out there, again, it's going to raise some red flags. So if you just drop it down there, you might make a little bit less profit in the short term, but you'll be able to get more opportunities if your account lasts longer. So just keep them stakes in mind. Don't always go out for the maximum. Try and limit yourself to help the health of your account. Now, when you've made your match betting and you've gone through and say, for example, we do this and Diaz ends up having his 2 shots on target, 1 in each half, we'll get some money put into our account on Sky Bet. Don't withdraw it as soon as you win. Just leave it in there. There's no reason why you need to withdraw it. If you need the money, fair enough, go for it and get that withdrawn. But if you can afford to just leave that money in the account for a bit and then maybe use it next time an opportunity comes up, then that is a lot better. Every time you withdraw something from a betting account, it's going to trigger sort of a review into your account. They'll always try and keep accounts going longer that just sit there with the money in. Every time you withdraw it, they're going to have to pay transaction fees. They're going to have to look into your account. They process all the withdrawals quite comprehensively. So if you can keep that money in your account for a little bit longer, or keep it in there for a few months, or until you really need to take it out, then it's definitely worthwhile doing. Also, if there's multiple betting opportunities here, say for example for this Liverpool-Southampton game tonight, just do one bet. Do one match betting trade per game. Don't try and add in 6 or 7 weird little bets. There'll be quite a few odds boost opportunities and everything in loads of games. If you're on one bookmaker, keep it to one bet per game. It's something that won't happen too often anyway. You won't get multiple opportunities for some games, but Just keep it to 1 bet per game, and that'll really help not bring up them red flags. Now, accumulators are betting companies' best friends. They make so much money off people doing accumulators. So if you were someone who really wants to keep a certain account, just play some accumulators from time to time. Honestly, they don't expect anyone to be match betting with accumulators. Anyone who does accumulators knows how poor the odds can be, how poor the chances of accumulators coming in are. So if you are someone who really wants to keep that account going for as long as you can, play some accumulators. Because no one places accumulators when they're being conservative with their money, and it will really make the bookmakers want to keep you around. You can use some tools over here on OddsMonkey. If you've got tools and accumulators, there's going to be quite a few options to be able to help you get an accumulator that will be okay and have a decent expected value. So you can see, for example, with these, we've got a decent positive expected value with some of these accumulators, so it's going to be worthwhile checking these first. It's not going to guarantee that you get money, but it's definitely going to help reduce the risk of losing it when it comes to accumulators. You can use your filter over here to make sure you reduce to make sure you actually get whichever betting site you're using. So for example, if we want to use a Bet365 one, we just select Bet365, select our exchange, and hit apply. And that's going to give us loads of Bet365 accumulators. You can see there's no positive expected value for these ones, so I definitely wouldn't recommend doing them. But if one comes up, then it's definitely worth doing. Expected value over the long term will mean that you actually do get some profit back, but as long as you're just placing accumulators, it's going to really help keep them accounts not gubbed for as long as you can, because accumulators make so much money for the bookies. They're more than happy to keep that going if you keep going for some accumulators. And then finally, just use your betting account. If you are someone who likes to match bet but does still like to bet from time to time, mix that betting up on different sites. If you're just betting normally, they're going to want to keep you around for as long as they can, because they know they'll probably make money off you in the long term, so they want you to stay around. If you're someone who enjoys casino, maybe switch from using just a casino site to using your bookmaker. Go over to the games over here, you play roulette, play blackjack, play whatever you want. Just do little activities like this to really show that your account's active. And if you can show that your account's really active and you're betting and you're gambling and you're on the casino, they're going to want to keep you around as a customer. So it may harm your profits, short term I should say, because you're going to be losing money on accumulators or roulette, but longer term, with the more opportunities you'll be able to get from having that account live longer, will really outweigh them losses. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I know it's not going to be great, it's not going to tell you how to 100% prevent getting gubbed, but it is definitely going to help have your account last a little bit longer. So hopefully you've enjoyed. If you've got any other tips, let me know down in the comments. Everyone is always open for new tips, and I'm definitely looking for some as well myself. So let me know down in the comments. Hit the subscribe button while you're down there, and I'll see you next time.